Okay, students. Now see, first of all, let us see the important theory, brief of important theory of this chapter. See, first one this in this chapter, actually we need to discuss about the electrolytes. Now, basically this chapters get divided into two parts, electrolytic cell and electrochemical cell. Electrolytic cell is most important because basically chapter would be depends on this portion regarding to Faraday's law, right? Now see, first of all, let us discuss today about the electrolytic cell, electrolysis, right? Now see, initial in theory, electrolytes or electrolysis. What is electrolytes? In the last chapter solutions also, we did the discussion about the electrolytes. And you have no discussion. Electrolytes means the substance whose aqueous solution undergoes decomposition into ions. Take care, in electrolytic cell, there is decomposition of compound into ions when electric current is passed are known as electrolytes. It means what? Any compound which undergoes decomposition and there is formation of ions, then such type of compounds are always known as electrolytes. You can say, for example, electrolytes are acid, base, and salts. Acid, base, and salts all are under electrolytes. And non-electrolytes means apart from this, sugar, glycerin, etc. are non-electrolytic in nature. So basically, in electrolytic cell, we do have as a acid, base, or salts are as electrolytic solution. Students, can you hear me properly? Can you listen me properly? You just write down yes in chat box. So accordingly I can continue. Yes, write down in chat box. Yes. Yes, Uttam, Kush, Dhruvi, Keval. Yes, Riya. Very good. Very good. Okay, okay. Everyone can listen me properly. Okay, very good. Let us continue with this. Now see, initially, this is very basic. What is electrolytic? Electrolytic cell is also known as voltmeter. Electrolytic cell is also known as voltmeter. Voltmeter is a type of apparatus with the help of which we can convert electrical energy into useful product. Fine. So device which the process electrolysis or electrolytic decomposition will be carried out. Take care, voltmeter convert electrical energy into chemical energy. You can say electrolytic cell is also a voltmeter, not voltmeter, it's also voltmeter. Now this is the very basic. Always inside the classroom also I told you need to remember the basics. Ab the basics yaad rakhwana. Okay, always in cell, electrode on which oxidation, that is called anode. It's always positive pole. This is the basic of, you can say, redox na KOKJQA, fine. And the compound, the electrode which undergoes uh, reduction, on which reduction is takes place, that is called cathode, right? And this is the common for both type of electrodes. Cell, if you discuss about the electrolytic cell or electrochemical cell, this concept will remain same. Anode ઉપર always oxidation is right, and cathode ઉપર always શું થશે? Okay, reduction થશે, right? Now next one, this is in general definition. In voltmeter outside yes, during the electrolysis in voltmeter, cation discharge on anode, cation discharge on cathode and anion on anode. That is obvious to understand because on cathode always reduction and on anode always oxidation. In voltmeter, outside the electrolyte outside the electrolyte, electron flow from anode to cathode, but obvious anode always oxidation, so electron get released from anode, so electron will transfer from anode to cathode. Oxidation, and this one is reduction. Oxidation means releasing of electron, reduction means tubing, right? So always there is electrons are get shifted from anode to cathode. This is simple understanding given. Flow of electron, obviously according to the flow of current is always opposite to the flow of electron, right? Now next one, this is in general anode oxidation, cathode reduction. The overall change is known as primary change. This overall change is known as primary change, and products form is known as primary products. The primary products may be collected as such or they undergo further change to form molecular compound, that is called secondary product. It can be possible if I'm having such type of compound કે મારી પાસે Fe plus 3 છે, because of the exception of electron it's getting converted into Fe plus 2. So Fe plus 2 is known as primary change, or this is called primary product. This is called primary product. But again, in the electrolytic solution, it can be possible Fe plus 2 accept 2 electron, that is formation of Fe. Then this is called secondary product. So take care in any of the voltameter, or you can say in any of the electrolytic cell, if there is consecutive two product, okay, first one is second થાય છે, so this is called primary. You just take care about these words માટે છે. Okay, the first product is known as primary and the second one is known as secondary, right? Now next one, preferential discharge. Preferential discharge, it means we need to discuss about the electrochemical series. According to this theory, if more than one type of ion is attached to attracted towards a particular electrode, then the ion is discharged one which required least energy. Take care, which one will get released if I'm having aqueous solution of NaCl, for example. Then on anode, how many options we do have? Okay, on anode we have the option H2O and Cl minus. Which one undergoes oxidation? So that is depends on this factor. This is called preferential discharge theory, and then we can understand with the help of ECE, electrochemical series, right? According to this theory, if more than two are there, then the discharge always, which one undergoes a product, that is depends on the discharge one which requires least energy, or ions which lower discharge potential or which occur low in electrochemical series. You just go through the electrochemical series which we have. You should know the position of the main ions, main elements which are like તમને copper નું ખબર હોવી જોઈએ, Fe નું ખબર હોવી જોઈએ, gold ની ખબર હોવી જોઈએ, silver ની ખબર હોવી જોઈએ, with respect to H2O, right? With respect to standard hydrogen electrode, આ બધાની position ખબર હોવી જોઈએ. If you have any such type of question, then at the time you can give the answer easily, right? So this is called preferential discharge theory, right? And always which one undergoes reaction, so that depends on least energy, lower discharge potential, or the compound which is there in the downward side of the electrochemical series. So we'll see the question based on this, right? But these are the, you can say, the affecting factor. Now next one, this is regarding to the discharge. The potential at which the ion is discharged or deposited on the applied electrode is termed as discharge potential. Some of them not given. Okay, what is the reaction? Which type of reaction will take place if aqueous NaOH? This type of, you can say, the examples are given in our notes. Okay, by aqueous hoy, always I told you, aqueous hoy, so you need to take the electrolysis of water. If you have the concentrated, then you need to follow the concept of the electrochemical series, right? So over here, aqueous NaOH, then what are the product? Aqueous NaOH, it means cathode H2 and anode oxygen. Instead of aqueous NaOH, if we have fused means there is presence of only. Fused NaOH means there is presence of only. There is presence of only Na plus and OH minus, nothing else. So Na plus undergoes oxidation. Na plus undergoes reduction on cathode and OH minus undergoes oxidation. So these all are the examples are given in our book. Just go through this. Fine. Always take care. Aqueous, generally dilute aqueous, it means there is an electrolysis of water. If we have fuse means there is no presence of any solvent, then you need to take positive ion always get reduced on cathode and negative ion always oxidized on anode. Aqueous NaCl, then again aqueous, this is aqueous and platinum and graphite, and there is production of H2 and Cl2. So accordingly you need to take care. At least I suggest whatever the examples which are given in our textbook, you should know તમને એટલા આવડવા જોઈએ, right? It means તમને એટલા products ની ખબર હોવી જોઈએ કે ભાઈ એનોડ ઉપર આ થાય છે અને કેથોડ ઉપર આ થાય છે. If you have diluted, I told you that whenever you have the diluted aqueous solution, તો always તમે કોનું electrolysis લ્યો, તો કે H plus અને OH minus લઈ લો, You don't have to think any. But when you have aqueous NaCl, but it is somewhat like platinum or graphite, but this is not. અહીંયા water નથી, sorry, this is not diluted, this is aqueous. So on anode there is a production of Cl2. Same way fuse અને diluted માં તમારી પાસે product fix હશે, no need to remember, એટલો તમારે યાદ રાખવાની જરૂર નહીં પડે. But when you have the aqueous, not diluted, just aqueous, so at the time you need to take care, અને એમાં તમારે electrochemical series ના concepts યાદ રાખવા પડશે, right? So this is about reaction. Basically આના base questions majority હોય છે. What are the products we have, so accordingly we can do the calculation, right? Now next one, application of electrolysis. kya use થાય છે? Electrolysis is used in the production of one time reading. You just go through this, where it is used, kya use થાય છે, fine. So application of electrolysis. Now next one, again there are some of the examples are given regarding to the regarding mainly electrolysis is used in the electroplating. Plating matter use થાય છે. So for that we have the I wrote over here some of the examples. Okay, with copper anode, cathode object જેના ઉપર plating કરવાનું હોય. If I want to form copper layer on iron, so I need to make iron as cathode. મારે iron cathode, it means what the compound on which I want the plating, so that I need to keep as cathode. અને જેનું કરવું છે, it means I want to form layer of copper, તો જેનું કરવું છે that should be at anode. Some of the electrolytes are given. Okay, suppose if I want to make a copper plating on iron, then we have to take copper sulfate with dilute acidic solution of copper sulfate. Silver, sometimes questions this mainly JW students are thodo care karjo. Okay, if I want to form Ag plating, then these are the unique compound which is getting used during the plating, like Ni, okay, nickel ammonium sulfate, gold, that is KAUC. These are the, you can say, the compound basically used for the plating of the respective central metal ion. Aurum, this is central metal ion. Ag, central metal ion. Zinc sulfate, tin, SnSO4. So these are the compound which are actually practically used for the plating, and these are the pure anode. Pure anode, and these are the electrolytes, right? So these are the, you can say, the compounds. 30 time directly if you have such type of question, this will be useful. Okay, you can write down this electrolyte for the plating. Electrolyte માટે use કરી શકો, right? Now next one, students, can you hear me properly? Just write down yes બધા active રહ્યો, write down yes in chat box. After completion of this electrolysis theoretical portion, we directly start the question answering. સાથે સાથે વર્ક બી તમારે always take care. સાથે સાથે very good, all are active, very good. Push through with this, very good, okay, sure, fine. So that is my request. All of you need to do solve the MCQ simultaneously. આપણે જે topic થઈને એના સાથે સાથે MCQ solve કરો. Just go through the theory once. I don't think heavily theoretical એટલું બધું requirements. So you just go through the theory once and then try to solve as many questions as you have. I'll share this theoretical portion today. At the same time, I'll also share this the previous remaining portion, right? So you can do the practice of that. Now next one, this is one of the not but this is, you can see, the calculative portion. Calculation માટે થોડું we did the calculation. આનું થોડું calculation આપણે આ રીતે કરેલું છે questions માં, કે thickness of coated layer, whatever the layer which we like zinc is getting coated on, zinc ને હું iron ઉપર હું coating કરું છું, so what is the thickness of zinc in iron rod? So thickness of coated layer, let the dimension of metal sheet is, જે આપણે metal sheet લઈએ ને કે જેના ઉપર આપણે coating કરવાનું છે, that is A cross B centimeter. And whatever the thickness of coated layer, if we have हमारी पास जो कि भी cube के जैसे, that is 3-dimensional, right? So if we can say this is A, this is B, this is A, this is B, then this should be C, anyone accordingly. It means C over here we are taking as a thickness. So what is the volume of coated layer? That is A cross B cross C, centimeter cube. A cross B cross C. So what is the mass of deposited substance? To get the mass, volume into density. Volume is we can say centimeter cube, and density is equal to gram per centimeter cube. So you can easily get the mass of the compound which is getting coated on the object. So that is A cross B cross C, and this is density in gram per centimeter cube. Right? Now we have the Faraday's law. Actually, I am a Faraday's law. W is equal to ZIT or EIT. Right? So this is W, mass. This is mass is equal to volume into density. Instead of W, instead of mass, you can also write down volume into density. Directly you can get the answer in mass. This is useful. Calculation point of view used. Once equal to that is not that much of big deal, but you should know if the dimension of object could be given to you, then you can directly use that dimension to calculate the mass આપેલો હોય તો તમે એનો volume બી find out કરી શકો. Right? Now next one, what are the Faraday's law? Now very easy, I think so all of you did in the physics portion also. Have you completed this portion in your physics? Have you completed this portion in physics, or it's remaining? Students, I'm asking to you, have you completed this Faraday's law, everything in physics, or it's remaining? Tell me yes if you had completed, or no if you haven't. Okay, great. Chanki says yes. Okay. થયો છે કે નથી થયો આ portion? Yes, okay, yes, yes. Okay, okay. So let us discuss about, in short, let us discuss about the Earth say yes. Okay, very good. Let us continue with the theory. What is Faraday's law? It's very easy. Faraday's law, the mass of product obtained. Faraday's first law, actually all the electrolysis depends on the first law and second law of Faraday. First law, the mass of any substance deposited is directly proportional to the amount of electron. It means W is directly proportional to Q. In first law of Faraday, this is important. Z. What is Z? Electrochemical equivalent, ECE. Actually, in regular discussion, we don't have much concept about the EC, but you should know what is EC, how we can apply that EC concept in calculation, right? So first of all, W, mass of the product obtained, is always directly proportional to Q. Q means the coulomb. Fine. So if we remove the proportionality sign, Q, we can say coulomb is equal to I. I means ampere, current in ampere, and T is in the second time. So if we remove the proportionality sign, W is directly proportional to Z into Q. Instead of Q, I directly wrote over here I into T. So W is equal to ZIT, where Z is known as electrochemical equivalent. Electrochemical equivalent. If we have current efficiency, take care. This is good to remember. If you have current efficiency eta, or you can say N, something like that, then you can replace this equation. You can write this equation like ZIT N into 100. Take care. This is the discussion regarding to efficiency. Efficiency માટેનો discussion છે, right? So if any of the question, if you have the efficiency of electrolytic cell is so and so, and if you want to find out any, like W find out કરવું છે, you can directly multiply ZIT with 100. It means simple આપણે calculation માં કે 100 એ મને આટલું મળે, તો what about N? એ ટાઈપનો concept છે. So you can directly multiply the ZIT with N, right? So this is also one of the equation you can apply for the calculation to efficiency related also, right? Now Z is equal to what? Z is equal to electrochemical equivalent. What is E? Now as we have W is equal to ZIT. Now let me put I is equal to 1 and T is equal to 1. So what we'll get? W is equal to Z, amount of product obtained if we pass 1 ampere current for 1 second, then whatever the weight obtained on electrode, that is called ECE, electrochemical equivalent. Otherwise you can also say, if 1 coulomb electricity is passed through the cell, IT being 1 કરું છું. So Q is equal to 1 coulomb electricity passed through the cell. At the time, whatever the product obtained, amount of product obtained, that is called Z for the given cell, right? So that all the thing I made it very clear. Z is equal to electrochemical. If 1 ampere 1 second, it means you can say Q is equal to W is equal to Z. It is also defined as the mass of ion deposited by passing a current of 1 ampere for 1 second or by passing 1 coulomb of electricity. Now we have the relation. We have the relation of. Now we have the relation of Coulomb and Faraday. That is very much known for you. Coulomb is the unit of electric charge. 96500 Coulomb. Round off करेलू છે. 96500 Coulomb is equal to how many electrons? 6.023 into 10 raised. It means 1 mole of electron. So 1 Coulomb is equal to 6.023 into this are 1 Coulomb. It means this much number of electron. Take care. Again I repeat, this much number of Coulomb is equal to 1 mole. 1 mole is equal to 6.023 into 10 raised to 23 electrons. What about the how many electrons are there in 1 Coulomb? B group students, NEET students, take care. Such type of question can be asked in simple question na form માં ભી પૂછાય છે. Simple question na form માં ભી પૂછાય છે કે 1 coulomb is equal to how much charge? 1 coulomb is equal to how much charge? So can we say 1 coulomb is equal to the charge obtained by this much number of electrons? 1 coulomb is equal to charge obtained by this much number of electrons. Right? So 1 coulomb is equal to this much number of electron, and 1 electronic charge is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. So if we multiply this one with the, this is somewhat regarding to the physics portion, but if you multiply this one with 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 portion, then you can take the, you can get the charge of 1 coulomb. Right? So this is again good to remember. Certain time questions ma jo charge related hoy, so you need to take that. I was to dhyan rakhwani ke 1 coulomb is equal to 6.28 into 10 raised to 18 electrons, right? Now next one. This portion would be more comfortable if you solve the questions. Questions ana bane etla vadare solve karwana છો, right? Now next one. What is the second law of Faraday? The second law of Faraday. The second law of Faraday is applicable for the electrolytic cells which are connected in series. Different electrolytic solution containing electrolytic cell are connected in series, then the amount of product obtained on electrodes always depends on the electrochemical, or you can say equivalent weight of the, like this is in first one I'm having NaCl, and second one we have let me say CaSO4, and third one if you have AlCl. So obviously if we pass 1 farad of electricity, 1 farad, so if you want to write down the reactions on cathode, how many moles of can you say how many moles of sodium, calcium and aluminium get deposited on cathode? Write down in chat box in the given one how many moles of sodium, calcium and aluminium. 2h2, 3h2, 1h2, yes, write down in chat box કેવી રીતે form થશે, how many moles. હર્ષ 1 farad બેટા electricity pass કરી છે. 1 farad electricity pass, tell me how many moles. બધા ધ્યાનથી answer આપો. We pass 1 farad of electricity. 1 farad હજુ I'm not getting the right answer. મને કોઈની પાસેથી right answer નથી મળતો. 1 farad means 1 mole of electrons. Fine. 1 farad છે 1 2 3 right નથી, 2 3 2 1 right નથી. Just be present રહીને કયો what should be the answer. how many મેં moles કીધું છે. Yes, Varat. Yes, exactly right. Yeah, Varat said 1 mole of sodium, 0.5 mole of calcium, and 0.3 mole of aluminium. Yes, exactly. You can say, okay, yes. Now you got the answer. Always take care. Again, I repeat. Just read the question, listen the question 2 times, think over that, and then give the answer. Can be possible. તમારો answer પેલા ઉતાવળમાં wrong હોય છે. But I discuss a 1 farad છે. So instead of 1 farad, if I say, okay, if I pass 1 equivalent of electrons, then tell me, 1 equivalent of electrons, how many equivalents of, now I'm changing my question. Again, I repeat, if we pass 1 farad, so 1 farad, let me first of all complete the first one. Okay, 1 farad, if we take, so 1 farad માટે મને શું મળશે? Okay, 1 farad માટે let me write down the reaction over here. we can get the reaction like Na plus C, strictly 1 mole of electrons. So we get 1 mole of sodium. Now Ca plus 2, as I told you, there is 1 mole of electron. Then we get 1/2 mole of calcium, and Al plus 3, again 1 mole of electron. That is 1/3 of aluminum, right? Yes, yes. Okay, so that is 1, 1.5, oh, sorry, 0.5 and 0.33. This is about 1 Faraday, right? So the ratio is, you can write down it's a 6H to 3H to 2. You can write down like that. But see, instead of now, let me change my question somewhat. Instead of this, instead of 1 Faraday, if one equivalent of electrons, one equivalent of electrons, one equivalent of electrons pass, same amount of one equivalent of electron pass. Take care, again I repeat, one equivalent of electrons. Then what should be the product of sodium, calcium and aluminium? What should be the product of sodium, calcium and aluminium? Again write down in chat box. મને moles માં answer જોઈએ છે. One equivalent of હોય તો how many moles of sodium, calcium and aluminium we can get? Yes, I'm waiting. One equivalent of electrons, then how many moles of sodium, calcium and aluminium we get? Harsh, Krusha, Renisha, Varad, Uttam, બધા ચોજ અત્યારે. Yes, again answer will not get changed. Answer change nahi થાય. Let me explain. One equivalent, what is the equivalent weight of sodium? Yes, Krusha, what is the equivalent weight of sodium? Okay, equivalent weight of sodium is same as molecular weight. One equivalent, so one equivalent, see, according to the second law of electrolysis, one equivalent means મને બધાના one equivalent મળશે. શું મળશે? We get one equivalent of sodium, calcium and aluminium. One equivalent of sodium, calcium. If I pass two equivalent, so we get two equivalents of sodium, two equivalents of calcium, two equivalents of aluminium. If we pass n number of equivalents, take care, equivalents. So n number of sodium, n number of calcium and n number of aluminium, right? N number of. હવે one equivalent એટલે એ તો ફિક્સ થઈ ગયું કે આ ત્રણેયના મને one equivalents મળશે. Now I demanded the answer in moles. હવે moles માટે તો કે one equivalent of sodium, that is equal to 1 mole થાય. 1 mole of sodium થાય, because for sodium equivalent weight and atomic weight is same, right? The sodium ના 1 થશે, calcium નો equivalent weight and atomic weight કરતા કેવો છે? half છે. એટલે આના sodium ના calcium ના મને કેટલા મળશે? 1/2. અને એલ્યુમિનિયમ નો ઇક્વિવેલન્ટ વેઇટ અને એટમિક વેઇટ શું છે? 1/3 છે. એના મોલ્સ કેટલા મળશે? 1/3 મળશે. સો આન્સર વિલ નોટ ગેટ ચેન્જ. તમારો આન્સર ચેન્જ નથી થયો. એઝ આઈ ડિમાન્ડેડ આન્સર ઇન મોલ, તો તમારો આન્સર એ જ રહેશે કે 1 mole of sodium, 1/2 mole of calcium and 1/3 mole of aluminium, right? હા, ઇક્વિવેલન્ટ with just way of question, થોડો question ચેન્જ કર્યો, પણ આન્સર એઝ ઇટ ઇઝ રહેશે. તો ટેક કેર. What is demanded? Equivalent na concept આમાં again તમારે sharp રાખવા જ પડશે, because it's always better to solve the question with the help of equivalent instead of moles. So moles માં જો, that is my suggestion, that is my advice કે તમને જો equivalent ના concepts clear હોય તો try to solve the questions with the help of equivalents only. Okay, so this is the basic, the amount of, you can say, the product. હવે if two or more than two different electrolytic, એટલે એના માટે directly આ જ equation થાય કે W is directly, according to the first law, W is directly proportional to Q. So W is equal to ZIT, right? So same means W, we can take like this, W1, when the same quantity of electrons is passed through the different electrolytes, the mass of different and liberated at the electrodes are directly proportional to their chemical equivalent. Fine. So E is the number of equivalents. W is, this is chemical equivalent weight, right? W is directly proportional to the second law. તમને એમ કહે છે W is directly proportional to E. This is equivalence, chemical equivalence, equivalent weight. So W1 is E1. મારી પાસે if you have two different cells which are connected in series, two different cells which are connected in series. So product obtained, this is first one and this is second one. Then W1 is directly proportional to E1 and W2 is directly proportional to E2. Then we can take the ratio like this, W1 by W2, E1 by E2. Now we can also apply like this, W is equal to what that we did in the first law, W is equal to ZIT, Z1 into IT. Time and electricity is passing same, IT being at same છે. So we can, this is very important result that you need to remember. Z1 upon Z2, the easy proof is given over here. This is second law and આ તમને મેં આની સાથે first law connect કર્યો છે, because W is directly proportional to Q, W is directly proportional to Q, right? So we can say Z1 upon Z2 is always equal to E1 upon E2. આ extremes ધ્યાનમાં રાખજો. This is good concept. We expect આના પરથી question expected છે, હજુ સુધી પૂછાણો નથી, પણ expected હોય તો you can means you can solve this કરી શકો, right? So Z1 upon Z2, take care, Z is ECE first law નું છે અને E is the equivalent weight, બેનો meaning different છે. This is the amount of product passing by 1 coulomb and this is the amount of product passing by 1 equivalent. We'll see more in question answering, but Abe, Z and E both are totally different. Can any one of you give me the relation between Z and Mare Z and E ke E ne Z ma convert karo hoy to શું કરું? Write down in chat box. We did a long discussion inside the classroom during this chapter. If I want to convert Z into E, then what should I do? Mare શું કરવું જોઈએ? Z is equal to amount of electricity passed by 1 coulomb and E is equal to amount of electricity passed by 1 equivalent weight. Harsh said Z is equal to E by F. Yes, we can write Z is equal to E by F. Very good. Because if we divide with 96500 coulomb, this is the amount of electricity, 1 equivalent, or we can say yes. Manan, Harsh featured a very good. Z is equal to, so this is also relation. If we want to write, if I want to convert Z into E or E into Z, then always Z is equal to E. E means the amount of electricity passed by 1 equivalent or 1 Faraday, then divided by F, so 1 coulomb per mass. Very good, very good. So this is, you need to remember, it's again good concept. Can be used in MCQ to solve MCQ, right? Now this is the basic one. E is directly proportional. Second law no E is directly proportional to Z. So these all are the conversion. 1 Faraday is equal to number of charge by 1 mole of electron. So 1 electron 1.6. So what is the charge of 1 Faraday? This is the charge of 1 Faraday, right? Number of Faraday, number of electron passed divided by. So these all are the, you can say, the calculation purpose conversion, right? Faraday's law of gaseous electrolytic product, gaseous electrolytic product. So when we have the discussion of gaseous electrolytic product, I can directly take the volume, where V is the volume of the gas evolved at STP. Take care, evolved at STP. V is the equivalent and volume. This is volume, and this is about the volume of, yes, equivalent volume. Equivalent volume means what? The volume of gas obtained by passing 1 equivalent of electricity, right? Otherwise you can also write 1 equivalent, whatever the volume obtained by gas, if you take 1 equivalent weight of that gas, and 1 equivalent weight લો તો એનું volume કેટલું થાય? That is VE. Fine. And this is the volume of gas at STP. Our volume, and this is equivalent volume, right? So this is the equation. So gaseous compound related question, so directly we can use like this. Students, second, I'm going to continue with the second mana questions and question answering કરીએ છીએ, right? Second lecture 12 final start કરશે એટલે question answering એમાં directly start કરશું, right? Let us continue. Next one. Okay. Quantitative aspects of electrolysis. Quantitative, again conversion તમને given છે. There is a relation between coulomb, Faraday, in short again પાછું brief આપ્યું છે કે how many coulomb q is equal to nf, right? Number of moles of electron involved in reaction. These all are the portion regarding to like if we have monovalent, then 1 mole is equal to monovalent cation, 1/2 mole is equal to divalent anion. We'll see monovalent એટલે તમને Na plus જેવા ions નો discussion છે, divalent it means Ca plus 2, such type of directly તમે you can say n સાથે relate કરી શકો. 1/8 mole is equal to n valent. This is the valency. If we have Ca plus 2, 1 farad, always according to as we solve the question, 1/2 mole made. So L plus 3 hoto, we get 1/3. It means what? If valence is n, always we get 1/8 mole. Okay, so nth 1/8 mole, that is n valent cation, right? So this is about the first and second law of Faraday's. Now in next lecture, I'll continue with the next lecture and I will start to solve the question answer. Okay, right now I'm going to discontinue this. I'm going to discontinue this meeting. Sharply, I start the lecture at 12 o'clock after 10 minutes. After 10 minutes. Sorry, yes, 12 o'clock after 10 minutes. So we'll continue.